don't appreciate all that men do for society.
This is part 3 of my review.
I got a lot to say about this. Feminists demonize men, they hate men, all men are trash. They say they hate men.
Not all feminists, like I said before, but a lot of feminists do not appreciate all that men do for society. A lot of them are misandrous, hateful towards all men, bigoted towards all men, intolerant, horrible, trashola, wackola, rubbish. Nasty towards all men, bro. It's whack. That's low vibrational. That's bad energy. That's whack. Bad character, bro. They're mistreating the good men, bro. They're mistreating the men that are truly good-hearted, truly honorable, high vibrational. Sickening, man.
I've got a lot to say about this. Feminists demonize men, they hate men, all men are trash. They say they hate men,
False
while
narratives.
simultaneously trying to become men. They hate them for having power and the patriarchy, so they're trying to overtake it. But a lot of women will talk about rape culture. But guess what?
They want superiority. A lot of feminists, man. A lot of these feminists want superiority, man. They don't really want equality. They want superiority. They want, yeah. You know, shout out to Pearl in the Vice debate. She said these certain women, they want special treatment, man. It's crazy, man. Pearl was speaking facts.
Feminists don't appreciate all that men do for society.
I've got a lot to say about this. Feminists demonize men, they hate men, all men are trash. They say they hate men, while simultaneously trying to become men. They hate them for having power and the patriarchy, so they're trying to overtake it. But a lot of women will talk about rape culture. But guess what? Guess who's going to protect you from bad people? A man. Women are nurturing.
Women need men.
It's that simple as that.
I mean,
it's a God.
Each gender, both genders need each other. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that a lot of women say they don't need men and all this false narratives, bro. That men are not the false narrative singular. The narrative that men are not needed. That's cap. That's fabrication, bro. They're bugging.
Women will talk about rape culture. But guess what? Guess who's going to protect you from bad people? A man. Women are nurturing. We need men.
It's that simple as that. It's a God-given right for men to exist the way they were assigned to exist. We need men. It's very simple. We need men to procreate. We need men to provide. We need men to produce. We need men to go to war and die.
All the positive P's, you feel me? All the positive P's.
We were assigned to exist. We need men. It's very simple. We need men to procreate. We need men to provide. We need men to produce. We need men to go to war and die. We need men. It's so bad now that men take this
strong men, you know what I mean? Strong men. Men that can actually lead, men that are not effeminate, not soft, not weak, not spineless. I mean, men that are assertive, men that have self-respect, self-honor, self-respect, that don't tolerate certain things, bro. Certain things that don't tolerate mistreatment, that don't tolerate BS.
But guess what? Guess who's going to protect you from bad people? A man. Women are nurturing. We need men.
It's that simple as that. It's a God-given right for men to exist the way
biological men that are not acting like women, you know what I'm saying?
Women are nurturing. We need men.
It's that simple as that. It's a God-given right for for men to exist the way
The
they were
natural roles.
assigned to exist. We need men. It's very simple. We need men to
The
procreate.
natural
We
role.
need men to provide. We
Singular.
need men to produce. We need men to go to war and die. We need men. It's so bad now that they're so scared of us. They're terrified all the time. I go on dates with men. They're like, am I allowed to open the door? Can I open the door?
Definitely.
Can I touch it? Can I pull the chair out? What can I do?
There's
And
immense
they're shaking,
fear.
they're sweating, and you're just like,
A lot of
be
men are
yourself.
fearful
Just, it's okay.
because of
Like they're
this.
so
Yeah, man. A lot of women are manipulative and deceptive and falsely accusing men of terrible things, bro. So, yeah, a lot of men are fearful of doing anything, bro. Of talking to women, of helping women, yeah, bro. They're afraid to do anything, bro. Cause yeah, man. Yeah, it's wicked out here, man. It's ugly, bro.
procreate. We need men to provide. We need men to produce. We need men to go to war and die. We need men. It's so bad now that they're so scared of us. They're terrified all the time. I go on dates with men. They're like, am I allowed to open the door? Can I open the door? Can I touch it? Can I pull the chair out? What can I do? And they're shaking. They're sweating. And you're just like, be yourself. Just, it's okay. They're so afraid of doing anything wrong. So much so they're now the most lonely demographic.
Yeah, man.
To war and die. We need men. It's so bad now that they're so scared of us. They're terrified all the time. I go on dates with men. They're like, am I allowed to open the door? Can I open the door? Can I touch it? Can I pull the chair out? What can I do? And they're shaking. They're sweating. And you're just like, be yourself. Just, it's okay. They're so afraid of doing anything wrong. So much so they're now the most lonely demographic in the world, right? Like it's straight white men. I heard are not the most lonely because they just created incels. They don't want to leave.
Involuntarily celibate. That's what incels. That's what the word incels is short for. Involuntarily celibate.
They just created incels. They don't want to leave.
Unable to copulate with
women. I'm not on board with this trend. They're not the most lonely because they just created incels. They don't want to leave their apartment or their house because they're so afraid of women. I'm not. They're not the most lonely because they just created incels. They don't want to leave their apartment or their house because they're so afraid of women. I'm not on board with this trend, especially happening in schools right now. There is a trend where they are raising up the girls. Girl power, girl boss, girl this, run like a girl.
Sexual liberation. Hot girl summer, all of this.
Especially happening in schools right now.
Wild-ish,
there is
bro.
a trend where they are raising up the girls. Girl power, girl boss, girl this, run like a girl in the best way possible. That's now it's dangerous. It is dangerous because yes, we want to uplift our women. That's the right thing to do so that men and women do maintain equality. But at the same time, by raising the girls, we are forgetting about our boys.
Yeah, they want to solve inequality by enforcing more inequality. And if women were equal to men, then why do the girls need to be raised up so much? Why? The only men that feminists like are men dressing as women and dominating their sports and just really reversing what the other waves of feminism fought to do. Have fun with
Yeah,
that.
she's speaking, man. She's speaking
The only men
facts.
that feminists like are men dressing as women
It's sad,
and
man.
dominating their sports and just really reversing
Jubilee
what
Thomas, the trans woman that, yeah, bro, it's crazy, man. What biological women are going through, bro. Like this unfairness that's happening in sports, college sports, and high school sports, and professional. That chick, that MMA fighter, bro, the biological female fighter in MMA or UFC, I think. Her hair got messed up, bro. Her head, bro. This trans athlete in UFC, this trans woman messed this biological woman's hair up in UFC, bro. That was crazy, bro. Trans women do not need to be in should not compete against biological women in sports, bro. Like I real talk. That's my. I honestly think that they should not compete against biological. That trans women should not compete against biological women in sports, bro. It's unfair. Women are getting hurt badly. Like, yeah, man. I don't want anybody to pass away, man, because of this stuff, man. The allowance of women that are not of trans women, of biological men to compete against biological women is, and yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Like, it's sad, man.
Women
Like,
do maintain
these
equality,
injuries,
but
all
at the
these
same
injuries,
time,
and
by raising
that
the
biological
girls,
women
we are
are
forgetting about our boys. Yeah, they want to solve
experiencing.
and that's the right thing to do so that men and women do maintain equality, but at the same time, by raising the girls, we are forgetting about our boys. Yeah, they want to solve inequality.
Society doesn't care about men.
And if women were equal to men, then why do the girls need to be raised up?
They don't see men as humans.
The
People
only
don't
men
see
that
men
feminists
as
like
humans.
are men dressing as women.
Society doesn't see men as humans. That's the
solve
reality, man.
inequality by enforcing more inequality, and if women were equal to men, then why do the girls need to be raised up so much? Why? The only men that feminists like are men dressing as women and dominating their sports and just really reversing what the other ways of feminism fought to do. Have fun with men beating you in your sports, women, because guess what? You're not going to beat them. Have fun. I never even felt unequal. So I don't even know what the problem is. I feel like a lot of people just want to have a reason to be upset and outraged. I also
Victimhood.
don't identify with all these identity politics groups. I think because they're being pit against each other, separating all these different people by race, class, gender, everything,
Sexuality.
sexual orientation, and I look at people as individuals.
All right. On that note,
I also just don't identify with all these identity politics groups. I think because they're being pit against each other, separating all these different people by race, class, gender,
Religion.
everything, sexual orientation, and I look at people as individuals.
all right. On that note, let's have the disagreeer step forward.
There's a difference between not appreciating men and pointing out the inequities that have been systemically put in place to favor men, especially white men, white straight men. There's a difference between hating men and pointing out that there are inequities. I want to talk about this concept of protection. We're talking about good men who are protectors. Who are they protecting us from? They're bad men, exactly. Or
The horrible guys.
anybody. I could.
Horrible people.
It was rhetorical. I guess
No, I understand the point you were trying to make. That's why I said what
but
I
I'm
wanted
going to
to say.
finish. So then who benefits from men's bad behavior? Good men as well, right? They get to be positioned as the good guys, good apples. They're the good apples. And that's predicated on the bad behavior of men.
So they benefit from being a good person and protecting women. Who cares? We should not be praising people based off comparing them to bad people.
But I don't benefit from being a good girl. I don't get
You're a good feminist, right? I'm sure people love what you have to say as a feminist. Other feminists agree with it and are like, yes, go girl
There
boss.
are
They
good
do.
people on earth and bad people on earth. We're always going to have it. That will never change into every animal kingdom. So we need the good man to protect us from the bad man.
To go off of what you said, because you said when women are sexually assaulted, they turn to another man to protect them. I work as a sexual assault domestic violence counselor. I work with rape victims every single day. They don't turn to men to protect them. They don't.
I didn't say they turn to them. I was saying
No,
that they potentially can, if you're walking home alone at night.
I don't turn to another man. I don't. I turn to other women.
Yeah, I appreciate men that, like, I love a man that knows his place. Build the house. Yeah, repair that. Because I'm a goddess. Like, if you need to hold your weight in the relationship. Like, I appreciate men. I love men. Like, you know, just like you said, you know, you have a husband, you want to cook for your husband, you make sure that he's good. Men have roles in society as well. Feminist is anything you want it to be as a woman. I am promiscuous because I'm a feminist, but you can also be conservative because I'm a feminist. Modern day feminism is about you and what you make it and not what someone 60 years ago said it was. But I don't praise men because they aren't raping. Like, you know, that
I agree with everything you just said.
I agree with you fully. Exact thing. Like, but I disagree with the prompt because I do appreciate men. I don't think that feminists don't appreciate men. I think that's not true.
Like the person who taught me to be the the feminist that I am was my father. My father did not raise me to believe that I was less than because I was a woman. He raised me to understand that I am societally disadvantaged, but he told me that I was going to rise above that.
My house with my father, my mom was so strong that I became so emasculated that he cannot do anything to stop working. He became just like a couch potato, right? Why she just went out there and kill it. And we are destroying family as you know, because look at me, I'm in my 30s, I'm not settled down, I don't have children, I don't have the family that I want so terribly, because no matter how hard I try, that feminism that I was raised with always seems to overshadow my relations. In my head, I know best, right? Like I know what's right. I know because I saw it growing up. I saw it modeled to me growing up. Like a woman knows everything. We're so powerful.
But the
We're
idea
so strong.
that men are supposed to be the head of the household, do you understand that that is killing men?
That's killing men.
It is killing men.
One of them died because we need to go back to working.
The pressure of it, you mean, right? The
The
pressure.
pressure of it is destroying their mental health. That's why men are 6 times more likely to commit suicide than women are, especially men in committed relationships. Men in their 40s that are married with families are the highest risk for suicide.
But it's killing men because we have generations and generations of boys who were not raised to be men and rise to that occasion.
It's killing men because we are not in a position capitalistically where we can have men be the one single head of the household, the bread earner, the decision maker. We are no longer in the 1950s. Our economy is not able to handle that kind of nuclear family with the man being the head of the household, the stay-at-home moms and the 2.5 children.
I want to clarify, I'm not a stay-at-home mom.
No, I
do
do
work,
I
and so
understand.
I do have perspective. When you are in a long-term marriage or relationship with a partner of anyone, yes, you're going to have disagreements, but you also have to understand that each person in that partnership does have roles, because that is how a healthy family functions.
Yep.
Only women should make laws about women's bodies.
If a man acts like a woman, it's not gonna work. If a woman acts like a man, it's not gonna work.
Not say that like entirely just women should make laws about women's bodies, and I think it's more important that people who are educated on the female body are the people who are allowed to make laws about the female body. Like we shouldn't have lawmakers making laws stating, oh, abortion is completely illegal, even if it's an ectopic pregnancy, you can reinsert that fetus. No, you're killing people if you make